this video starts, I want to give a little disclaimer. I know abortion is a very controversial topic and everyone has their own personal opinions. So, in this video, I'm avoiding my personal opinion and just stating the facts from the internet. For those of you who are clueless and may not know, the direct definition of abortion is the ending of a pregnancy by removal or expulsion of an embryo or fetus before it can survive outside of the mother's uterus. Now, there are many ways a mother can have an abortion based on how developed the fetus is. To end the pregnancy, a mother can either take certain medicines to end it, or if the fetus is too developed, they can have surgery to forcefully take the fetus out of the womb. Now, why is abortion so political? Well, abortions have been happening since the earliest times of man. There are even references to abortion in the Bible and ancient Roman text. Now, this debate has been happening around the world for hundreds of years, but most recently the topic of abortion has picked up speed in the United States. This controversy in the US started way back in the early 1970s and late 1960s. The story goes like this. In 1969, a woman named Norma McCorvey, a woman who lives in Texas, wanted to terminate an unwanted pregnancy. However, she could not terminate this pregnancy because of the law about abortion during this time. The law stated that in any case, abortion was illegal, including rape and incest cases, unless the woman's health was at serious risk. Norma was upset about this law and hired an attorney to challenge it and hopefully get it changed. This eventually caused the court case known as Roe v. Wade in 1973, which essentially legalized abortion in the US. This debate was highly complex, debating topics such as when a fetus is considered a person. In the end, the debate focused on the privacy of women and their right to have abortions. The court case of Roe v. Wade was settled like this. During the first trimester of a pregnancy, the woman has the right to abort without government restriction. During the second trimester of pregnancy, there are some restrictions, but the woman still has the right to get an abortion. During the third trimester, however, the government can step in and stop an abortion if the baby is capable of living outside the womb. After the court case of Roe v. Wade, this started the movements of what we now know today as pro-life and pro-choice. Pro-choice activists believe the mother carrying the fetus should have the right to terminate an unwanted pregnancy. Pro-choice can be good in many ways. For example, if the family is having financial issues and simply cannot afford the child, in certain rape and incest cases where the pregnancy is not wanted, or if the child will be born with certain disorders like autism or Down syndrome. However, everything about pro-choice is not so good. Pro-life supporters believe that the fetus inside the womb is a living person and should not be killed. Having an abortion may quite literally be murder. You are ending a child's life, a child who hasn't even seen the world around them. They believe all human rights should be equal, including the lives of people in their mother's wombs. Ever since President Donald Trump's election in 2016, he has been slowly cutting funding for abortion clinics with the intention to eventually shut them down. The Trump administration is clearly on the side of pro-life. In 2019, 9 U.S. states enacted abortion laws going against the precedent set by Roe v. Wade in 1973. Most of these states set a ban after a certain amount of weeks the pregnancy has lasted. However, the state of Alabama has caused the most controversy when in 2019 they banned abortion completely unless the mother's health is at risk. Religion is heavily persuading the pro-life side of the abortion debate. This is important because the American government is slowly becoming more pro-life as more and more states are creating abortion laws. According to multiple surveys and results from the internet, around 80% of pro-life supporters believe in some sort of religious faith. Most religions with their respected religious leaders have spoken about abortion and if their faith allows abortion. I'm going to go over some major religions and their thoughts about abortion. I'm going to start with Christianity as it has influenced the pro-life side of the abortion debate the most. The Christian faith has roughly 2.2 billion people across the globe who follow and believe in the faith. Around 230 million of these Christians reside in America, which is the country where the abortion debate is taking place. Christianity openly sees abortion as very wrong. Christianity sees abortion as like murder because you are killing an innocent soul that God has created, which breaks the Bible's 5th commandment, thou shalt not kill. Over the years, Pope Francis has been very open about abortion being a very bad thing. Hundreds of millions of Christians are influenced by the Pope and have respect for him. The Pope is constantly speaking about how abortion is bad and the media is tracking and reporting everything he says. Surely the things the Pope preaches about must be reaching the ears of the 230 million Christian Americans and the 80% of pro-life supporters that say they are religious. This just shows how much of an influence Christianity has over the pro-life movement and the ongoing debate about abortion. There is no single Buddhist view about abortion. Traditional Buddhism rejects abortion because they believe life starts at conception, and an abortion is destroying a life. Modern Buddhists, however, think differently. They believe it is a very personal decision. Buddhists have to take responsibility for all their actions, and if they have an abortion, then they must have the willingness to carry the burden for whatever happens after the abortion. Also, if the mother carrying the baby is in danger, or the baby would be born with medical conditions that would cause it to suffer, then abortion may be acceptable in order to preserve the mother's life and to stop the suffering. The Hindu way is to preserve all life and to refrain from killing anything that is living. Hindus believe the soul and the fetus join together at conception, and they see abortion as ethically wrong. However, in the case where the mother's life is in danger or the baby might be born with medical conditions, the Hindu way is to choose the action that will cause the least harm for all involved. That includes the mother, the father, the child, and society.